Hello, Shelley Lamb, Art of the Hook and Needle. Just want to check in. We've been being creative during our downtime, and it's been a while. And I appreciate all of the YouTube channel followers. Thank you for following, and thank you for watching our videos and looking at what we're creatively doing. Recently, in the last couple of months, I have been creating my own patterns and launching those designs on the Art of the Hook web and Facebook group. Recently, my favorite one was the reflections, which was just creatively, it was just, to look at the bright side of things. And I love rainbow colors, I love variegated yarn. So today I wanted to share with you something amazing because right now I feel, creatively, sometimes you have this blah and you can't really figure out what you want to do. Well, also creating a vision board or looking at what we want to accomplish is an amazing outlook on life. And one of my vision boards for 2020 was I wanted to do some new things, and that was I launched the patterns and the designs, and it went out amazing on Ravelry. And I couldn't believe the amount of people that just loved and purchased the pattern, which was amazing. But also, share my love of the fiber arts and what I learn, and share that information to people who just would are enthusiasts of the hobby. So while I'm sad to say that during the downtime, I was binge watching some documentaries, and I was like, wow, it would be neat to have something that I did not have to think about, or, look at the patterns, or count, or, just something very simple and easy to do. During the year, I also do a annual uh, charity event in which our local group makes gifts, handcrafted gifts to whatever they are: hats, cowls, scarves, wraps, blankets, lap blankets, and that is fun as well. So I'm going to share what I recently started doing, and that is I learned how to loom, which is very simple. And you do not have to be a fiber artist to actually do this. And I'm excited to share because this could be for anybody, even people who do not want to learn how to knit or crochet. They could actually, creatively make something without that technique of learning how to use the hook or the needles. But it also makes a beautiful piece when you're done as well. So I'm going to share what I learned, and so people don't have to research themselves, because there is a learning curve to everything that you learn. And I am going to, one second, sorry, get this situated. So I had purchased this probably about 2 years ago, and it's sat in a dresser somewhere. It is a round loom set, and it's very important to actually look at the brand, and I'll show you the reason why this actually is the best to purchase. There's some characteristics that are great about it that help you achieve and accomplish your goal with it. But what it does is it comes with 4 loom sizes, and the pick and the darning needle. And then also, you don't just have to make hats. You actually could make scarves and anything. You can do flat knitting as well on this loom kit. So it makes hats, booties, scarves, and much more. What I learned is that well, first we'll talk about the sizes. They look really large, and you would think, oh my gosh, that's, not going to fit on my head. And this one I would use, this is the largest size, and I would use that for adult. If you like slouchy or larger hats, I'm going to talk about hats because that's what I started with, the easy project of hats. Later on, Art of the Hook and Needle probably will have some live looming events. So if you want to check us out on the Facebook group, I will post those events, and you can, if you purchase this, we will actually be doing some, some projects that we've picked, and you can join in with us. So this one would be for a adult slouchy or large hat. Then the second largest size is this would be a teenager or a small adult hat. And I chose to do this one for myself because I am going to do a messy bun hat because I want to fit all my hair through that, and I want it to be a tighter fit on my head. So the second largest size would be for the teenagers or small adults hats. And the yarn will stretch. So even though it'll be tight on the adult head, so if you use this one for adult, it will be tight on the head, really tight, and it'll stretch the yarn, but it'll still look good. Then we have the third largest, which is this would be for toddlers or I don't know, probably up to 10 years old. And there's more information on the web about that. So this one would be for babies and newborns. And also for other projects like the water bottle holder, there was on the back of that. So let's talk about why this one is probably the best choice. If you can see, it has lips on the pegs, and some of the other round or the loom kits have round, just a flat round peg at the top. And this rounded feature on this loom actually helps you put the the knit stitch over the top. And also it has the creases where the pick can fit in here. So when we do a stitch, we're going to be putting the pick inside and going over the round. And that's exactly why not all of the loom kits are made the same. So I suggest this particular one, not just because I'm going to put the link, at the bottom of this video, but just because of the functionality of the actual loom. And not all of them have that. So this feature actually makes it go really smoothly over the top. And I'll show you on my actual piece that I'm doing right now. So what's fun about this too is that for those of you who are crochet and knit and yarn enthusiasts, as you can see, this is a great buster for your collection of yarn. And the choices and creativity you can get with this is hugely amazing. One of the other tips and tricks I want to share with you for those who are not yarn enthusiasts, yarn comes in weights. It comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 is size 4. Worsted weight is actually, the commonly used size in creation of blankets and hats. But with a loom, what you have to do is you have to pick a number 4, a number 5, or a bulky weight. And if your yarn is like this, which would be like a worsted weight, you have to use two strands of yarn to actually loom. So if you like the yarn and it's a number 4, you want to pick two colors or two of the same color to loom with. If you go with a 5, sometimes the fives are, not as bulky as they should be. So even a number 5, you might, if it's skinny, you might have to do 2. The more the merrier. It's just going to make it heavier and warmer and bulkier. And then of course, if you go with a bulky, you can just use one strand. Now my hat, I decided to go with, this is Wool Ease hand dyed from Lion Brand. And this one is a 100% merino superwash from Southwest Trading Company. I bought this a long time ago. It was in my stash. But I chose these two because of the way it just looks together as I go. And that's how I creatively came to, you know, this this neat, this is how it looks worked up, which is kind of fun. So it's a great stash buster, as well as those who make hats or scarves for charity. This using a loom actually probably 3 times faster than your actual hobby that you do. So what's going to be fun about this is while I'm, binge watching my shows, while I'm staying at home, safer at home, I am going to watch this weekend and make all of my charity hats for the annual charity event. You don't have to do charity, you can do it for yourself, you can do it for gifts for your family. A lot of my gifts, at the Christmas time are my creative choices and things I learn, and I utilize that learning to give to my family, and they love it. They actually love it. They can't wait till Christmas, open up what I've made for them and the choices I've chosen for them as individuals. Excuse me. So, what I'll do real quick is I'm going to show you how it's very simple. And we won't do this a lot because I don't want to keep you. There's a lot of videos online that you can actually watch. But I want to show you how simple it is. So I'm going to wrap it around the peg, the yarn around the peg. I'm going to wrap it from the back side around the lip. Well, around the lip, around the lip. And this is called an E-wrap. Around the lip, around the lip, around. Okay, so we'll go back to the first one that I did, and I'm going to take my peg, pull through, and bring it over the top and push down. Take my peg, go over the top, and push down. Take my peg, pull it over the top, and push down. So I can literally get through fairly quickly all of these pegs. Push down, we'll go like that, and push down. So this would be fun for arts and crafts, homeschooling, Girl Scout troops that need their badges, lots of other, family events. And what you did, what I was just showing you is actually a knit stitch. That would be what a knit stitch would be, with your needles. So look at how simple this is, and you could have the kids do it. Obviously, older children, because you're using a pick. Now, it's not going to hurt me, but it certainly could, you know, as a parent, you probably want to make sure. So I also wanted to talk about the yarn, and I, I will post a link to the yarn below as well. But this is what it looks like in the skein before we actually pull it apart and wrap it into the ball. So this is the Lion Brand Wool Ease hand dyed, and this particular color is Butterfinger. Uh, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to choose all of these different colors and pair it with a solid color to make different hats. And this one is called Cotton Candy. It's very soft. Love it. Soft. And this is machine wash, warm, tumble dry on normal. And it's 80% acrylic and wool. This one is berry cobbler. And this one is s'mores. So if you choose to buy these, for those that aren't yarn enthusiasts, you actually have to unravel the yarn and actually roll it up in a ball before you start working with it. And that's what it looks like here. That process takes, it's fairly quickly. A tip and trick on that would actually be to put it around a chair so that the circle around the chair as you're unraveling. I am so happy that I learned how to do this because this is a game changer for me. And, it produces these great fun items that we could either gift, that we could learn, it's especially fun for people who are not interested in total immersion into crochet and art of the hook land as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe up above if you're watching and you're new to the channel. Also, Art of the Hook and Needle has our Facebook group and page, and we will be doing live events in the future. So please follow us. Happy yarning. Have a wonderful day.